Hi guys, today's video is going to be my travel beauty. I'm just going to take you through everything. It's a lot. It just is a lot. It's not a lot for me. It's not a lot for a complete beauty junkie. But I don't really even want to get it down because this is my favourite part. I love the packing of the beauty stuff. I prefer this to real packing. This is definitely my favourite bit. I like my carry-on packing. There will be a video on that as well. But I just like getting everything together. Skincare is the one thing that I absolutely cannot reduce because I'm just like, what if I need this and what if I need that? And a good part of it is that in the past when I have taken less, I've ended up buying really basic stuff that I knew I had at home and then I'm kicking myself. I'm actually carrying my makeup in a much larger case than it needs to be in. This could be way, way, way condensed. I could definitely put all of this in a regular size makeup bag, but I'm carrying it in this. Just prepare yourself if you haven't seen a previous one of these from me. It's big for just a single person for a few days. This absolutely giant trunk thing that I bought from Amazon. And the reason that I'm doing that is that it protects everything, so nothing's going to get broken because it's all kind of like padded and stuff. But also because I know I'm going to be bringing stuff back, so I want somewhere safe to put those things when they travel back. So let's just start with the makeup. What I really like about this also is that it just sits nicely wherever it is I decide to do my makeup when I get to the hotel. Everything's kind of in here. I can get everything out, stand it all up. I can move these things around. You can pull them up, pull them down, like separate the whole thing in a different way. So I can take them all out and just use this as one massive area. Stand everything up. I can see everything. It's easier to do my makeup. Underneath here are my brushes, which again, you can just see them all. It just makes everything a little bit simpler. I'm not like rummaging around for things every single day. It's just all available to be seen. But looking at actually what I'm taking, you can kind of tell this could just go in a regular makeup bag. So, foundation. This is my number 7, Stay Perfect. Stay Perfect. Probably Stay Perfect, no? Foundation. I haven't tried the other ones. It's been recommended that I do, but this is just the original. And the colour that I've got is Calico. I have a Real Techniques blending sponge in there. It's just kind of like slotted in there so that it keeps everything from moving. I've got a full-size Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I don't know if they do travel sized of these, but again, I have the luxury of space, so why not? And a little Urban Decay Grindhouse pencil sharpener. I'm bringing this because I've got 2 different sizes of pencils with me, and this will do 2 different sizes of pencils. I've got my MAC. This I have a blog post on. I did a video at some point, I think, but I've got a blog post just telling you what all of these shades are that I've chosen to put in here. It's basically my ultimate MAC palette, and it's got all of the shades that I could possibly need. So that is the perfect travel palette for me. And then, oh, in fact, I've got this little tiny area. If you can see this little thing here, which perfectly fits in. My brushes are all falling out. This Hourglass Dim Light Mini. I got this from Sephora, but you can get it from Space NK, little mini dim light. This has lasted me forever. The blush I'm bringing is NARS Sex Appeal. I love this because I once read an article interviewing, I don't know, Blake Lively's makeup artist, and she said she uses it on her, and I was like, sold. I'm wearing it today. Love it. It's a really nice, soft, kind of peachy pink. I've got this, which is the Contour Duo from Kevyn Aucoin. The only reason I like it is because of the Celestial powder. I think I'm going to buy a full size of this. This is Candlelight, and it's the most beautiful highlight. And then I'm going to whiz through the stuff in the main kind of body of it, because it's just all, this is stuff that it can move around. It's not going to get damaged. So I've just kind of thrown it all in there, and then this is on top. Lip stuff. So, lip pencils. I have MAC Dynamo, which is a really nice kind of vibrant, it's like a neon-y pink red. It's a really unusual colour, and I love it. Urban Decay Weirdo, one of my, oh no, this seems to be, I don't know if it's because I've got something on my hand. I had some like cream on my hand, or if it's going funny, but Urban Decay Weirdo is one of my, I mean, it's halfway down, one of my most used pencils. It's like a really nice kind of peachy, warm nude colour. And, oh, that's an eyeliner. MAC Cherry, which is this vibrant kind of, I want to say a raspberry red, but it's going to be a cherry red, isn't it? And the things that go with those things are this MUA Super Stylo in, what colour is this? First Class. I wore this a lot at Christmas. I think it's beautiful. Gorgeous kind of glossy lip. Very flattering. Love. That, what do I have to go with the other things is my question. The Powder Puff Lippy from NYX. I'm wearing this on its own without lip liner today, but it goes really nicely with that lip liner if I choose to wear it together. And, oh, I also have this NARS pencil in Rycogen, satin lip pencil, which again will go quite nicely with that lip liner, all worn alone. These are my like nude colours. And then I've got the Bobbi Brown crushed lip colour in Watermelon. I've just realised I haven't been telling you as we go. See, that goes really nicely with that. Haven't been telling you as we go whether or not things have been gifted to me. I will make a list. I'll try to remember as we go now. This was gifted to me. I'll make a list and link everything in the description box, and I'll just star next to anything that's been gifted so you know, full disclosure, because sometimes I forget to mention it. What else have we got in here? I have a primer. Now, I don't tend to love primers, but this one's new from Benefit, was gifted. It's the Professional Hydrating Primer, and I tried this the other day. I'm not a massive fan of their original Professional, but I quite liked this. I do have relatively dehydrated skin right now, and after flying and being in the winter air, I think it's probably going to be a nice one. It's not quite got that same silicone-y feel to it. I don't feel like it's going to ball up underneath, you know, when things like pill, when you put foundation on over the top and it like looks all weird. I think this is going to be a nicer one for me. So I have that in case I remember to use it. I've got the liquid lip line. No, I haven't. Liquid liner from NYX called Epic Ink. This is my favourite liquid liner of all time. Used to be the Kat Von D tattoo liner, but now it's this. Love, love, love. And it's a brush. Very, very dark. Really lasts. I'm never going to find one that I like more. I might find one I like as much, but never will I find one that I like more. I've got the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer because it's just the best one. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, something I go back to time and time again. It's a little bit more coverage than my average concealer that I would use, and I know I like it and it works. I've got the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, which is my all-time favourite. I've tried with other ones. I have tried, and I just love this so much. No flaking. It just, again, lasts. It holds a really nice curl and makes everything look great, and there's just no negatives. No transfer, no nothing. I love it. The Hoola Light, which again was sent to me, this. I'm not very good with bronzer. I think this is really nice. It just adds a little bit of colour to the outsides of my face when I feel like I need a bit of definition. I feel like I look a bit like a potato. I really like that. And two last things in here. The Dior Lip Maximizer, all-time favourite lip gloss. This, worn alone, worn over the top of lip liner. Everything is just beautiful. Not sticky. Really nice minty taste and flavour. No, taste and scent is probably what I meant. And it just looks really gorgeous. Whenever I wear this, I get questions on Instagram if I have had my lips done. So that in itself does something, but it doesn't have a tingle. It says it's a lip maximizer, but it's more of a hydrator, smooths everything, gives an illusion of perfection rather than that tingly plumping. And the e.l.f., this is the under eye setting powder. This is the full size. If they did a massive one of these, I would buy it because it's amazing. And I just use this kind of here, all the way down to my chin and across. So like my T-zone, basically. Anywhere where I want to blur out or knock out any shine. I don't do it around here, just there. Then I use my continuous setting mist and it all blends together and looks perfect. Okay, that's everything in here. I'll just quickly run through the brushes. Now, I do have some gifted brushes purely because they were sent to me and I thought, right, these are all clean and I know I'll like them, so I'll take them with me. And they kind of are quite compact and travel size. These are from Bobbi Brown. This one I already had and really like, the full coverage face brush. It's a really nice one if you like kind of to buff out your foundation. This one is the full coverage touch up. Now I think this is going to be really nice for kind of like concealer and stuff. This is the eye smudge. So this is what I'm going to use to do the underneath eyeshadow thing. I have the angled face, which I'm going to use for blusher. And then I've got this teeny tiny ultra precise eyeliner. And I'm going to use this when I do eyeliner with eyeshadow. That is those brushes. Then I have this eye shading brush from Sigma that I've had for a million years. This is called the E55. I don't know if it's still exactly the same numbers. This is forever old. This is what I put on my eyeshadow, like the base colour with. I have this that I use for powder. This is my setting brush from Real Techniques. This is what I do here, across there, down my nose, on my chin, leave it to set, and then I do my continuous setting spray. This is what I use for blush usually. However, for that particular blush, the NARS one that I mentioned, the Expert Face Brush I prefer from Real Techniques, because I prefer to kind of buff it into this area. I think you get a little bit more colour payoff with that particular, because it's so, not pale, but it's like, and it's not even particularly sheer, it's just not a lot of colour. I think I get a little bit more of a dense pigment. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about, do I? But it works with a buffing brush better. And then this is the blush brush, and I use this for my bronzer. I would also use it for blush. I would also use it for powder. This is probably one of my all-time favourite brushes. I have 2 of them for that reason. So that is my makeup. I usually start with skincare, I think. And then this. It's my favourite. It's my favourite. Right. This is for sure my favourite bit of packing. For sure. Makeup I like. But makeup, I quite frequently go through and will like repack my makeup for the week, just so I'm rotating what I've got. I don't do that with skincare so often, and so this is so much fun. This is a bag that I bought from Amazon a while ago from Lily England. I thought it was quite similar to the Space NK one, but I think about half the price when I bought it. I'm not convinced this is going to go through security like this. So what I've done, I kind of laid it out really nicely, and then I thought, screw it. There's 2 sections to this. One is much deeper than the other one. And so in the deeper one, I've put everything, all liquids, that when I get to the airport, I'm just going to decant it. If I had one now, usually I've got one. Usually when I go through the airport, I'll pick up a few and I'll put them in my travel bags. So when I come to pack, I'll put all of my liquids in a bag within whatever container I want them in. And then it's easier when I get to the airport to just pull out that bag, separate it from everything, yada yada. But I must have gone through them all. So I don't want to buy a thing of sandwich bags for the sake of this. It's insane. So when I get to the airport, I'll get one of the bags. I'll just unzip this, put everything that is in this particular section into one of those bags, and then when I get out to the other end of security, I'll just put it back in here. I just thought it was going to be the easiest way of doing it rather than having to separate it all out. So that's what I've done. And then in the other side, I've got everything that doesn't have to be separated out. So this is like non-liquids. Now this is just my skincare stuff. Things like, I may take some hair care. I don't know if I will, because I'm not particularly particular about my hair in terms of what I use. I am taking something in the way of dry shampoo, but I'm thinking I'm only there for 3 nights. I'm going to wash my hair the night before. I may just pay to have like a blowout while we're there, because that's fun, isn't it? I'm thinking I probably will. Maybe on like day 2 I'll get a blowout, and then that'll last me the next day, and then I won't even need to wash my hair myself. So I'm thinking that might be what I do. And then like deodorant and toothbrush, that kind of thing, is going to go in my husband's luggage. So skincare. I've got this Naturals from Primark Balm to Oil Cleanser. I don't particularly love this. The reason I'm taking it is because it's in a really small container and I have some left. And that is the only reason. I may buy some more cleanser while we're there, because I really don't have any left at all. I've got this, which is big, but it's really, really good. This is going to seem insane, but I've got 2 sprays. This is fantastic. I first got this. This was gifted to me. I went somewhere. I maybe even met with a PR, which is weird for me, from Elizabeth Arden the night before I went to New York with Charles, my friend. I think I did. And she gave me some hydrating stuff. And this, on the plane, I swear, I remember taking a picture when we got in the taxi, and I just said, I can't believe this is what my skin looks like after a long haul flight. This is crazy. And it looked so hydrated and plump and just like alive. And I think it was this. So I'm taking this with me for the flight. This is all my skincare, and I don't necessarily need everything on the flight, but I'm taking this as well with me. This is the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. It's just my favorite. I like it for its aromatherapy properties. I like the fragrance. When I've cleaned my face, when I first cleansed, I like to spray it on as a toner. There's something about it. I have convinced myself it gives me good skin. So I'm taking that with me for that reason. I have lots of little minis here, but we're always into a stack, aren't we? This is a stack from Boots. I actually got rid of one of them because it seemed to be a little bit cracked and I didn't feel like I needed 5. So In the top, I've got the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Just a small amount of that. It's not focusing, but here we go. Just a small amount right in the top there. This is the Bobbi Brown Nourishing Mask. It's that pink tube that I've shown you before. Love. Absolutely love. An amazing mask for on the plane. I've tried lots. I used to tell you that the Origins Drink Up Mask was the best, and that is good, but this is 100% my favourite of all time. In terms of like hydrating, nourishing masks, the Bobbi Brown one is amazing. This is something from Beauty Pie. It's some like little capsules. Let me see if I can try and open this separately. This is the only problem with these. Little capsules of serum. I didn't want to take a bottle of serum, but these are little capsules, and it's supposed to be good for like sun damage and all that stuff. So I'm going to put that on my face and my chest, not just during the flight, but for the holiday. And then right on the bottom is the skin tint from, what is it called? This was sent to me. It's the skin tint that we talked about. I did a video on it. I'll see if it comes to me because I don't want to have to go and get it. But it's an expensive skin tint that's like it's called Fresh Skin Tint. I'll link it below. But this is in case I want to put it on to leave. So like on the flight, if I decide I want to put a little bit of makeup on. It doesn't look a lot like makeup. It just looks like a slight tint, and it's more skincare than it is anything else. But it's also in there in case when I get to New York, my skin is really playing up and very dry and dehydrated. I've got another base option in case my foundation looks terrible. Sometimes these things happen. So that's what's in my little stack. I have a little tiny oil from Clarins. This is the Blue Orchid Face Treatment Oil. Not a massive favourite, but it's teeny tiny, so I always travel with that one. I've got an oil for my lips, which I got from Yes Style, Haul to Come. This is pretty cool. Volume Fix lip oil. I've got a brand new Burt's Bees Peppermint Lip Balm, because it's my favourite lip balm of all time. I think we're talking 3 lip balms that I'm taking at this point. And I said I didn't want to take a serum, but I have a little mini of my favourite serum, which is the Kiehl's Vitamin C one. So I'm taking that with me. It's like uber brightening. If I wear that, the first night we get that, I will wake up and my face will be glowing. It's the best, but it's really expensive. I've also got this Laneige sleeping mask. There's a big ugly sticker over it, but it's just like a water mask. I've never tried this before, but this is lavender. So again, maybe I'll use it on a plane. I don't know. I've got 6 hours to think about it. I've got the Ole Henriksen Fat Glow Facial. This is very similar to the other things that I've talked about that are kind of resurfacing. So you use it on your face when you feel like it's kind of congested and everything's clogged and maybe a little bit too textured. I like this for travel because once I get off the plane, I usually feel that night like I could probably do with a strip bare feeling, you know, like a scrub, but instead of a manual scrub, you use this. So I'll put this on 10 minutes, get rid of it, and I'll have baby soft skin for my routine for that evening. So that's why I'm bringing this. Similar to like the baby facial as well, which we can't get in the UK. In fact, these 3 things were sent to me in a tiny little PR sample from Ole Henriksen. The Glow 2OH. Glow 2OH. I feel like that should be H2O. What am I missing? Anyway, it's the dark spot toner. And again, this is like AHAs, so it's a little kind of bit like the glycolic acid type toners that I use at home. It's a mini. We'll see. I haven't tried it before. Hopefully nothing too terrible will happen. And this Sea Rush Brightening Gel Cream. Again, this is going to be kind of like, I think, my morning moisturiser. Lastly, I have This Works Breathe In, which is a little rollerball. This is just like a nice kind of calming rollerball for the flight. I don't love to fly. I'm okay with it. It's not my favourite thing. And Lee really doesn't like to fly. And Ella, my eldest, she's 14. She really doesn't like to fly. She's already scared. We're going to Florida in September and she's nervous about it. So I'm better because of them, because someone, like there has to be someone that's not scared of flying. But I don't enjoy it. I don't know. I don't like turbulence. I'm fine as long as it's not turbulent. But I'm not scared of flying. It's a means to an end. I quite like being on the plane. But, you know, is anybody just like, I love it? I don't know. I've got a rollerball of the Elizabeth & James Nirvana in black, which is a perfume. And lastly is the Boots I Misked Did I say mist? The boots I missed, and this is for irritated or dry eyes. This is great stuff, something I would preferably not go on a plane without. It is just like, literally, you can spray it. This is the first time I'm using it, because I got a brand new one for this trip. You spray it over your eyes, and it's just, you know when in the morning you wake up and you're like, ugh, that. Spray this on your eyes and you will immediately be awake. It's amazing. Even if you don't want it for the flight, it's really, really good for while you're away. While I like to put it by my bed, so I'll wake up in the morning, I'll spritz that on my face, or on my eyes. That wakes me up anyway. And then I'll put on one of my other sprays, you know, like my facial sprays. Just kind of energizes me and makes me want to get out of bed. Okay, on the other side, the things that do not need to be separated. I'm taking regular cotton pads. This is the first time I've used regular cotton pads in ages, because I've got my like reusable ones, but I didn't want to take, well, a couple of reasons. Number one, I didn't want to have to transport damp cotton pads with me while I'm on the plane. Also, because they take a while to dry, I didn't want to have to take them all with me, and then when I get home, I'll have none. I haven't got enough. I wash them once a week, but I feel like between the plane and using them twice a day while we're there, when I get home, I don't want to have to, I want to at least have my skincare waiting for me. I know that sounds crazy, but whatever. I've got a little Invisibubble for the plane in case I forget my bubble, or which will never happen, or my clip, whatever it is I'm going to be using. Tweezers. I'm just about to have my eyebrows redone. Like I had them done not so long ago, but I feel like the pigment, I'm losing the pigment a little bit. This is because I've gone somewhere new, so the pigment is different. The stuff that they used on me was slightly different, so I think it's rejected it slightly on top. That means that my eyebrows will hopefully be perfect. I don't carry tweezers for eyebrows. I carry tweezers for facial hair. If you ever have been that person, and this is not exclusive to people who really struggle with facial hair, most of us at some point have found a stray facial hair, you will know you need tweezers. But for me, seriously, give me a couple of weeks, and I say this like a couple of weeks and it would be obvious, a few days, and I could grow you some decent facial hair. Right now, I'm using a facial razor and an IPL to try and reduce it. More information on that to come. I just really want to give it its best shot before I tell you whether or not it's worth it or not. But before we go away, I will be tweezing absolutely everything. I allow it to grow to a certain level, and then I tweeze everything, and it's kind of like waxing, which does not touch this hair. It's hardcore, and I cannot go anywhere without tweezers. I've got my jade roller for all of the reasons that I love my jade roller. Again, while I'm still in bed, trying to wake myself up, depuff my face. Come on, you got to get out of bed. Let's go and do stuff. We're in New York. Love the jade roller, and I have these. Again, for a similar reason. I do not use these very often either. I kind of went away from individual or single-use masks of any kind, and this kind of mask. It was my one tiny little contribution to using less plastic and single-use stuff. You know, we can all make small changes, and one of the small changes that I committed to was single-use stuff like this. However, these were sent to me in like a beauty box thing. It was my FabFitFun box. And, you know, I can't send them back, so I'm going to use them. So I save them for special occasions, and I feel like this is one such occasion. And they're called Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. I may use them on the plane. It's not unheard of for me to do that. I'm also taking some hair fresh-ups. This is in here, but I'm probably going to throw a few more in my bag. This I got from TK Maxx. I don't know how it works. I haven't opened one yet. But it's called IQ Infusions Hair Fresh-Ups Dry Shampoo Sheets. I don't know how this works. It says it's got ginger and grapefruit extract, so hopefully it smells nice. But it says absorbs excess oil from root to tip, cleanses and refreshes hair, swipe with dry shampoo sheet from roots to the hair down to the ends. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm guessing I'm just going to do this. I don't know if it's going to be powdery. This might be terrible. But again, I'm hoping it's not going to be a big deal because we're hardly there for like any time at all, which makes what I'm taking all the more hilarious. But it's fun. I love it. Whenever I post these, there's always someone that's like, this is ridiculous. I get it. Of course it's ridiculous. No one's saying this is normal. No, it's kind of weird to watch what other people pack to go on holiday, isn't it? But we do that, and that's weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's a strange world we live in now. But hopefully this was entertaining for those of you that enjoy this, useful for those of you who are looking for suggestions as to what to pack when you go on holiday. And if you are interested in vlogs and stuff, they're going to be on my second channel, which is Diary of a Spendaholic. It will be linked below. Otherwise, there will be lots of shopping content and kind of hauls and stuff here when I get back. And of course, go and follow me on Instagram to follow along while we're there. But thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a long and rambly one. I'm not editing this. It's just going to be one sweep. And I will see you guys when I get back.